My name is Tolu A. Akinyemi, the Lion of Newcastle. I am a multiple award-winning author based in Newcastle upon Tyne. And so far, so I have 15 books published now, and I have 5 books that are forthcoming. So basically, I write in the genre of short stories, poetry, children's literature, and essays. And apart from, I like Makonnen has mentioned, I also have the publishing imprint, the Roaring Lion Newcastle Limited, where we publish books written by authors of African heritage, Black authors from around the world. Yeah, so that's a brief introduction about myself. Apart from my literary endeavors and my pursuit with the Royal Lion Newcastle Limited, I am also a co-founder of Lion and Lilac. Lion and Lilac is a UK arts and cultural organization that aims to be a home for underrepresented voices within the writing community. And we publish literary works from writers from around the world. I am also the founder of the Newcastle Review, and the Newcastle Review is another UK arts and cultural organization, and we do everything in terms of showcasing writers from around the world, from interviews with authors, from running press releases, and writing book reviews as well. So the Newcastle Review is another platform whereby we bring literary news from the time and beyond. And we also have a bias like towards Black authors, like helping to project Black authors through all of our literary platforms and endeavors. So I have a book launch event forthcoming as well at the Late and Feel on the 8th of September 2022, which happens to be my birthday as well. So I'll be releasing 4 books at the iconic venue, which is the Late and Field, Newcastle. And the books that will be coming out are, one of the books is titled Awaken Your Inner Lion, which is a collection of essays to inspire people to find themselves and, awaken the lion within. I also have a collection of poems that will be out at that event as well, which is titled City of Lost Memories. I have a children's picture book that will be released on the same day, and that is titled If You Have to Be Anything, Be Kind. And another collection of poems on sadness and grief. So that will also be out on that same day at the Late and Field, Newcastle. So if anyone is around the area and would like to attend or be a part of the event, then be sure to join us for a celebration of everything booktiful, like I always like to say. So this evening, I will just read a short excerpt from my collection of essays, which will be out on the 8th of September, as I mentioned. And I will read the synopsis first for the book. So Awaken Your Inner Lion. An object will remain in the state of inertia until acted upon by an external force. This is what Awaken Your Inner Lion is. It's a call for us to rouse the lion within us, to stir from our state of passiveness and take the reins of our lives. In this poignant and reflective book, Tolu Akinyemi writes about vital touch points in life. It's a book that gives clarity to those in search of it and courage to those who are scared of launching into the unknown. Drawing from his own life, he not only motivates, but impacts principles that can help one make the most of life. In it, he critiques society, dissecting issues of racism and immorality in society, What makes this book interesting is how the writer made his point from an informed position on all the subjects it tackled. When this book is not motivating and inspiring you to take brave steps, it is educating you on crucial issues of life or making commentary on the moral state of the world. So the essay I'll be reading, a short excerpt from, is titled Living a Life of Inspiration, and that is on chapter 7. I'll read the short quotes from the book to begin with. We all need some form of motivation to sail through the challenges of life, but there are days motivation alone will not fix our problems. Tolu A. Akinyemi. So what I've done with the book is to have like a quote for every chapter, and these are all my own original quotes, just as a prelude. People are beginning to become skeptical when they hear inspirational stories these days. They meet every attempt at motivation on social media with mockery, and who can blame them? A lot of people seem to know the key to success, the fundamentals of a good marriage, or how to get in shape in 7 days. But how do we motivate and inspire people when our lives are at odds with what we preach? People are becoming more aware of the superficiality of social media. What people want is people whose life and actions inspire them, and not just people who write motivational words alone. You can choose to be an inspiration to yourself and your community. Think about doing things differently. You don't need to share 10 secrets of success with anyone when you haven't applied them or seen their fruits in your own life. Being a change maker is key to living a life of inspiration. A lot of people see problems. They know 101 reasons why that idea is bound to fail, but you can be different. Don't see the problems alone. Find creative ways to solve the problem, and by so doing, you will become an inspiration to others. To be an inspiration, you must lead an intentional life. If you want your life story to be an inspiration to others, then your choices and decisions must be made with purpose in mind. A pessimist cannot inspire others, only an optimist can. Those who have inspired us in life have shown grit and tenacity on their journey to success. To be an inspiration, the actions and activities that are the sum of our lives must be purposeful. So I will stop there. So the book is currently available for pre-order on Amazon and also on my own website, tolutoledo.com, and on my publisher's website, the roaringlionnewcastle.com as well. And like I said, it's going to be out officially on the 8th of September, 2022. And the title of the book is Awaken Your Inner Lion. Because every one of us, we have talents, we have lions within, and there are so many people out there who are carrying gems, who have these lions within them, but they are sleeping. They are in the state of inertia. So we all need to encourage not just ourselves, but people out there, people with talents out there, to also awaken these talents. Because when we spread, when we inspire one another, then the world becomes a better place for all of us as well. We have a lot of people who are leading productive lives, who are making who are making change happen in their own little ways. It might be by just, it doesn't have to be writing a book, but in your own area of talent. So apart from, I'll just give a rundown of my books as well. So my other books, the first collection of poems that I published was in 2017, and that is titled Dead Lions Don't Roll. And after that, in 2018, I have a collection of inspirational and motivational essays titled Unravel Your Hidden Gems. I had a follow-up to Dead Lions Don't Roar, and that is titled Dead Dogs Don't Bark and They Don't Bite. I also have another collection of poems titled Dead Cats Don't Meow, which is the Dead Cats Don't Meow, Don't Waste the Nightlife, which is the last in that series. And the one that followed that in 2019 is titled Never Play Games with the Devil. My award-winning collection of short stories is titled Inferno of Silence, and another award-winning collection of poems, A Booktiful Love. In 2021, I released a collection of poems titled Black Does Not Equal Inferior, and that is also available as well. And Never Marry a Writer. So Black Does Not Equal Inferior and Never Marry a Writer, both books were published on the 1st of January 2021. In April 2021, I published a collection of mental health themed poetry collection titled Everybody Don't Kolo Mental. So that's the collection of that. Then I have 2 children's picture books that were released around May, June 2021. And one is titled I Wear Self-Confidence Like a Second Skin. And the second one is titled I Am Not a Troublemaker. Then my collection of coronavirus poems published in September 2021 is titled Born in Lockdown. And that is a poet's account of the coronavirus pandemic, because many times when events of significant proportion happens, we many years after, history is distorted. So that is why we are duty bound as writers to document these stories, to write these stories. And so that's from a real account of a COVID survivor or someone who lived through the pandemic times. And in January, on the 1st of January 2022, I released another collection of poems titled A God in a Human Body. So that was released on the 1st of January 2022. And I just released it on my children's book, If You Have to Be Anything, Be Kind, it was just released yesterday. So if you have to be anything, be kind. And like I said, I have a forthcoming book launch for 4 books, which will encompass the new children's book, If You Have to Be Anything, Be Kind, City of Lost Memories, a collection of poems, and a collection of poems on grief and sadness titled On the Train to Hell, and my collection of essays, Awaken Your Inner Lion. And you can always check me out on Instagram at Tolu Toludo, and Twitter at Tolu Toludo, and at Tolu Akinyemi. So it's a pleasure to be here this evening and to hear you all, and hear from you all your amazing stories, read from your amazing books. And so it's a delight to be here as well. You can always check me out on my website, tolutoludo.com, toluakinyemi.com, and the Roaring Lion Newcastle.com. I remain the great lion of Newcastle, Tolu Toludo. Rah! Thank you, Makonnen.